I did a show with Bruno and Harley. One of those crazy ideas. I was like, well, why don't we have these two representatives of historic companies, NWA and WWWF, and I did a presidential style debate. It's called the Great Debate '08. It was an election year, so I thought we'd get these two in a room between the red podium and blue podium, and I moderate a presidential style debate with the two of them. I thought it was fabulous. I ran into Harley years later. I said, "Hey, you remember the Great Debate?" And he said, "Interesting." And so the best stuff that happened was off camera. So Harley comes with his lovely wife BJ, who was kind of handling his affairs at the time, and he sits down and he's smoking. We're waiting for Bruno to come down, or we were in a break. We were in a break, and his Harley needed to eat. His chicken nuggets were delivered, and he's there eating greasy chicken nuggets and fries. I think the cigarette was on the corner of his
Oh
mouth
yeah.
while he was chewing. Now Bruno's sitting on the set, nowhere near the cigarettes or Harley, and he looks over. He goes, "Harley, you're still smoking." Harley goes, "Yeah." And they began to have a duel of sorts. Yeah, there it is. They began to have a duel of sorts as they talked about their lifestyles. Bruno's like, "Oh God," he's like, I'm too slept." We were shooting late, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm usually in bed by this time. It's 9 o'clock." And Harley's like, "I don't get to bed till after 12:30. I watch all the late night shows." And he's like, "Well, I'm up at 6, Harley, so I gotta get to bed at 9." He's like, "I don't worry about what time I get up these days." And I just sat back and enjoyed the two of them off camera while the chicken nuggets were being shoveled into his mouth and the room was filling with nicotine, watching the two of them talk about their lives. I was just fascinating. I should have turned the cameras around and shot that. It was better than the debate. But I am fascinated by this time in the business when it was like, if it was not for wrestling and the money they made here, these guys probably would have floated off the planet, if not joined the circus. They were tethered to the earth by the fact that they had a place to go and make some money in wrestling. These personalities.
And there were territories that guys would get paid in an 8-ball Coke for the night. Like that was one of the
accept it.
That was one of their choices. You know, you want this or an 8-ball? Well, I'll take the 8-ball.
Wow.